Hello and welcome to the Authentic Freedom Virtual Church. My name is Lori Lumby and I am the pastor and spiritual director of this online virtual community. Thank you for joining us this week, and let's pause for a moment in silence as we prepare our hearts and our minds for God's word for us today. Te te malkuta, te te malkuta, te te malkuta, te te malkuta. Thank you again for joining us this week. And our service this week is actually going to be short, sweet, and to the point. This week in our reading from the Book of Kings, and specifically about King Solomon, we have an opportunity to be reminded of an important lesson. When God asked Solomon what he needed to fulfill his mission as king, Solomon did not ask for the typical human requests. He didn't ask for money, prestige, or power. Instead, Solomon asked God for an understanding heart so that he might rule with compassion and with an eye towards divine justice. Solomon's response to God when God asked him, "What do you need to fulfill your purpose?" is an important lesson for us, especially living within our materialistic, capitalistic culture, where most often when someone asks you, "What do you need?" our response has to do with some sort of material something outside of us. Money, possessions, status, power, fame, reputation, prestige. Solomon reminds us that what we really need are the interior qualities that help us to fulfill the mission that God gifted us with. So this week, as we move forward, my invitation to all of us is to be mindful of how many times we ask ourselves, where's the money? Where's the time? Where's the fame? Where's the reputation? Where's that moment when I finally break through and I'm a success? How many times a day do we ask for those things instead of asking God for their inner qualities that help support us in fulfilling our divine mission on this planet? So this week, instead of asking for things that are outside of us, I'm inviting all of us to be mindful of asking God instead to fulfill the following requests. To ask God for humility, that we might surrender our will to God's. To ask God that our eyes be open to God's vision for our lives, knowing that God knows what is in our highest good, and eyes open that we may see and believe in God's guidance. We ask for freedom, that we might speak God's truth. And we ask for an open heart, a heart open specifically to God's love. We ask for courage, that we might move through our fears in order that we might fulfill God's vision and hopes for our lives. We ask for a willingness to be co-creators with God in bringing forth God's vision of love in this world. And finally, we ask for faith. We ask for the faith to know that our needs are being met as we surrender our lives to God. Let this be our prayer as we move forward in the coming week. And in the spirit of that prayer, I do not ask you this week for a donation to Authentic Freedom Ministries. Instead, I ask for your prayers. I ask that you pray that I might be supported in my intention to be humble, to see with the eyes of God, to have the freedom to speak God's truth in the world, that my heart be open to God's love, that I have courage to move through my fears, that I have the willingness to co-create with God, and that I have faith. Faith to believe that all of my needs are being met as I allow myself to be a vessel through which God's love can be made real in our world. Thank you.